Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm John the Video Guy, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the 3D camera tracker tool inside Adobe After Effects. Now this is a very handy tool if you want to track a camera or a video's position throughout a scene. Then you can actually add different elements to it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that in this video. So to get started, I have a video clip and you can download this in the link below. But basically we have a wall and we're going to track the camera's motion as it goes across and pans here, and then we'll add different elements like maybe a blood stain or a few different smudges to the wall. So to get started, we'll just drag and drop this into our After Effects project, and then we'll click and drag this to our timeline. This will create a new composition, and there's two different ways to apply the 3D camera tracker tool. You can actually add it as an effect if you go to Effect, Perspective 3D Camera Tracker, or you can also go to Window, Tracker, make sure the tracker window is selected, and then you can click this button called Track Camera. And once you click that, it will analyze the footage, and you'll notice that in the effects controls, that effect is added. And what it's basically doing is tracking the movement or the motion of the actual camera in the video clip. Now I'll actually fast forward to where it has already completed the tracking. Depending on the length of your footage, it might take a little bit of time. If you're using this clip, it should take about 3 to 4 minutes if you have a decent computer. But basically go get a cup of coffee, come back, and it should be done. So the first thing you'll have to do is click this button that says Create Camera. And this will create a new 3D camera inside After Effects. And now if we click on the footage and the effect, you'll see these little dots show up. And these are the different points that you can select. You'll notice that there's different surfaces here that will appear. Try to click on one. You'll notice that you'll see a little triangle or a little shape here. And what you can do is if you find a surface that you like, you can right click and click Create Solid. And this will make a new solid in the timeline. And you can scale this down a little bit. Automatically, it is a 3D layer. We'll scale this down to maybe around 10, 5. Here we go. It's pretty massive here based on the video clip. But what you'll notice here is if we scroll, it's following the motion of the camera. So how do we edit this? How do we actually use this solid and this data information to actually add elements in? So what I'll be using in this example is some stock blood textures provided by Visual Effects Pro. These are actually free, and if you use the link down below, you can go get them. There's also a lot of other cool things on their website as well. And if you do happen to make a purchase, be sure to use my coupon code JohnVlog at checkout to receive 15% off. But you can download these for free, so feel free to go do that if you wish. Or if you have other elements that you'd like to add, feel free to get that as well. But I'm going to double click and then import this folder. And we have our blood textures. We'll untwirl this and say if we want this one, what we can do is just click, hold down Option on a Mac or Alt on a PC, and then let go, and it will replace the solid with that. So now we have this blood stain and it is mapped to the wall here. And we can just scale this down a little bit. And since we are using pretty low digits here, what I'm going to do is go to Layer, New, Null Object, and then parent this layer to that null object. That way we have a little bit more control. You have more digits to work with, so if something's that small, you can always do that, and that's a quick fix. So there you go, guys. That is how to use the 3D camera tracker. If you want to add more elements, you can easily duplicate this, reposition it a little bit, and then maybe add another blood stain, depending on using the same method we used before with the hold down option and click and drag to add in other different textures. You can easily duplicate and keep replacing the media to get different things, and they all follow the wall. And one note is if it is off the screen, it still works. So you notice like if it's to the left here, the 3D camera still works as it animates onto the screen. So that's always nice if you're trying to track something, where it starts off screen and then it enters. Because it's tracking, this 3D camera is tracking the entire motion of this entire video clip. So there you go, guys, as how to use the 3D camera tracker inside Adobe After Effects. If you want to learn more about motion tracking, and if you notice there's another tool in the tracker window, I did make a video going over that. I'll link it right up here. Feel free to go watch that if you want to learn more about how that works. It's kind of like the old school way of motion tracking things in After Effects. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.